Okay, so this is something a little different for me because this is a consultation, and this is for a wedding, am I right? Your sister's wedding?
Yes, that's right.
Fantastic. I rarely get to do consultations and trials. Normally I just do the hair in time. So this is going to be really nice because we can play around and I can make mistakes and we can redo. We've got time before the wedding to have a couple of trials if we like. But as far as I'm made aware, the bride wants just very simple, half up, half down, maybe a little accessory in the back. But other than that, something very soft, simple and delicate and not overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we've got lots of length to play with, I think first step is we get this hair curled, just because that immediately gives you a much softer bridal look. And then once it's curled, we can have a look at some bridal accessories that I've got out ready. And then we'll start the updo. And as I go, we'll just see how we feel about it, whether or not you like it. And then we can also get some pictures of the final result and you can send it to your sister and see if she likes it.
Perfect, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So let's give it a little brush. It actually feels in really, really lovely condition. I'm going to start here while I'm back here, and I really just want the ends curled. And I know that you've got extension, so this is also new to me and a learning curve. So we only really need, particularly at this back area, we're only going to need the curl mid-length to halfway down, and we want to make sure that we're not getting any heat near these bonds. And I haven't curled this hair before, so as I go, I'm gonna get an idea of how small I need the sections to be. There we go. So slightly thinner than I had it. Definitely need to invest in a new pair of irons because the glide on this has started to wear. So I'm going to pull all of these curls out when we're done. So we're going to end up with a much softer kind of wavy effect. Trying to make sure I don't catch any bonds as I go. And this looks to me to be curling perfectly actually. So I'm going to go under this time. So when you're trying to create a wavy look, a slightly more ruffled and messier look, you want to make sure that you're doing curls in different directions. If you curl them all in the same direction, they become quite uniformed, and that's when you get a more structured and intentional look. But we're going for something more soft and natural, almost beachy wave. Perfect. Now, because this is a trial, I'm not going to put a ton of product in like I would normally when I'm creating a hairstyle that's going to need to last the day of a wedding. Prep is key. You want to make sure that all the foundation's laid and you've got enough hairspray and product in there for the hair to stay in all day. But this is just a trial, so we're not going to need this to put loads of product or loads of foundation pins in this. We just want to get a rough idea of the look that we're going to go with. And also curling it is going to help blend the shorter pieces in with the extensions as well. I think it's always a lot less visible that hair is extensions when it's wavy or curly. You can't see those shorter pieces because they just blend. hair up is also a lot trickier with extensions because you want to hide them as well, so it's always good to try and stick with hairpins that are the same colour as the hair, and a good bit of back combing around the bond itself will help to hide that. And I'm going to go away from the hair at the front. Gorgeous. So I've got these shorter pieces here, and we really want to make sure that they blend in. Perfect. Thank you. These heat waves just keep on coming, don't they?
They do. When you think it's at the end,
I know.
it gets a bit cooler, and then
it's come back with a vengeance.
yeah.
Actually, I'm going to turn you here. I don't feel like I can get a good angle from there. So there we go. Turn you around there. Sorry. Your hair does take to a curl. Lovely, just so now we want to get a bit of a curl in this so that if we want to put it in to if we want to put it in, we can, and it kind of blends. Okay. Just want to take a look at how this front piece has fallen. Okay. a little look in this mirror because I've got a better angle. I doubled up on the mirrors today. I've worked a few times without them and it's okay. So we're gonna create a bit of height, then we're going to pull some of this off your face. Okay, and then in the back I will create a little bit of detail. I will loop the hair in on itself, and then around about here where the most of the detail is going to be, we'll put a little accessory. She said pearl and gold or pearl and silver, either one. So I have got I think this will be quite nice against your skin tone. And it's got the pearl and the gold, and it will almost so just at the centre of your head where the twist is going to be, where I'm bringing the hair back, that will just sit in the centre. All this is got the gold leaf on, which I love. It's not quite as...
I think that one, because it's bigger, my hair's going to be bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to hide, I think, in the curls.
I agree. I mean, I have got this one as well, but there's something about...
It's more bridal.
This is more bridal. You're so right. I think there's something about pearl and gold for me that just works together. That's right. Yeah, spot on. That is more bridal. Right, okay. What do we need? I also got some of these because really nice. I did think, let me just try something out.
That's pretty.
It's really nice, isn't it? I did think, oh, is it going to be too much? But I don't think it is.
You've got something at the front and something at the back.
Yeah, it's kind of going to balance it out. Although what I would do is maybe go for this one. It's a little thinner, a little... I prefer that twisted detail because I'm going to be twisting the hair onto itself into this kind of messy back bun. I feel like this just looks more girly and makes more sense with it.
Yeah. I like that.
I really like that too. Okay. I'm going to create a little height. Then we'll pop that in and then I can do the hair around it. little bit, don't need much. You've actually got quite a nice natural root lift. So I'll keep some pieces out at the front that I can pin back. Then we'll pop the hairband in. So I think about that should be enough. I hadn't thought about using the two, but I do think like it's going to be a nice little touch. So we went with the swirly one. And where do we want it? Perfect.
Looks nice like that.
I know, it looks stunning. There's something about blonde hair and a pearl, like a white pearl accessory. It's just the best. Right. So let's get the back done. I need... Okay. I don't want this to be tight, and I've got to make sure I don't get those bonds in tangled up. Okay. I'm going to say about that much. Okay. So I probably will need to use some hairspray here just to create texture, to manipulate the hair. Going to pull that through on itself, and then as soon as you do that, you immediately create this almost crown. But we've got a situation here with bonds being exposed, so that's going to be so now we're going to want to cover them, and we're going to use all of this hair to do that. So the more we pinch and pull here, the more, you see that's now covered those, so we're going to want to do the same here. A little bit out there and a little bit there, and this is going to need a pin. I think probably one of those. My new technique I'm actually going going to... No. That's better. It's a bit more even. I gotta see that back properly. I can see a bobby pin. So we're gonna... I lost my loopy loop, which is almost an essential, literally an essential piece of a tool, if you like, for this kind of a hair up. But I'll reorder one for the main event. So that's going to go in there. Oh, there we go. I'm wondering whether to pop the hair accessory in and then work around it, because what the mistake that I've made in the past is getting it all perfect, and then you pop that hair accessory in and it changes everything anyway. So then at least when it's in, if it messes the hair up, we can get it all right again, can't we? I think I'm going to use it to come up a bit as well. There. I'm going to try and use this to cover those bonds. And I'm going to look at it in the mirror. So this is just a rough idea for us. I kind of like that bit down. I do feel like this needs to go in, but this is where you need a loopy loop. You definitely need some spray. So what the loopy loop does is create a little hole for you and slides the hair in naturally. There we go, but I've managed to do it on my own. I quite like your ear being out like that, and you can see your earrings. Okay. I'm going to do the same here. Kind of pop that in. I like your ears, it almost looks quite elflin, it's really nice. You've got really, they're lovely little dainty ears, yeah. So when I've got my loopy loop back, I'm gonna not have this annoying dilemma trying to poke the hair. feel like I know what's happened. My daughter's been in my kit. I like that. I like that little kind of twirl there. Yeah, I'm so glad we went with the headband. It's completely balanced, and also all the details at the back, and you don't really get to appreciate that. Whereas now you have a little something in the front. Okay. This probably needs to come a little higher, but that's fine. Like I say, this is our trial, so this is giving us our rough. What are we doing? And one of the great things about a trial is that I then get used to what the hair texture's like. I know what I'm dealing with, thickness wise, how the hair curls, and it makes the whole process on a day so much easier. I want these to be softer, these curls. Perfect. Perfect. One more look at the back. I think when it comes to the actual day, I'll make some notes after this. I'll take a little more in this twist, so I've got a bit more hair to play with. So that's one note to make. But I'm happy with that. I think it's nice and soft. How's it looking for you?
I really like it.
It's just nice, it's really soft. I mean, I'll show you. I'll go grab a mirror from the bathroom at some point and show you the back, but it's really just soft.
Nice, yeah, and settled and natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice. I like the curls.
A few little tweaks on the day. I'll create a bit more height at the back.
I do like the front bit.
The front bit is stunning.
Yeah, I'm glad we went for the headband.
Me too. Me too. I think that was a good move. And I hadn't thought about doing the two together, so I'm glad I got your opinion. Keep that ear free. Perfect. Absolutely